So we're moving on to the last topic. Thanks, guys, for hanging in there with me. It's been a really fun morning for me. But yeah, let's move on over to Draymond Green. As you guys know, Draymond Green, he's a bit of a troublemaker, right? I mean, he has moments where he's making a lot of sense. He's one of those players that has his own podcast as well because, I guess that's what players do now. And I did have a different topic planned, but then I caught wind of Draymond Green's back and forth with a reporter. And I did think that the reporter was trying to be slick in Draymond's defense. And that tends to upset players today, especially the ones that have podcasts who are in the media themselves. Let's hear what he had to say at the Warriors media day. It's funny and sad at the same damn time. So let's hear it.
So this is Draymond Green addressing a reporter who says that they've been worried about him.
How they worry about me? I'm a successful black man in America doing incredibly well. What's the worry?
They worry about you.
There are way more people in this world to worry about than me, that's for sure.
But we're here now. So
we're all here. I would think you should worry about me.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty well. If you would have told me I was 13 years old in Saginaw, Michigan, without a pot to piss in, that you'd be sitting here and somebody would say they're worried about you, I would have probably told them they were out of their mind. I'd be sitting here and they'd be worried about me.
Well, they're worried for themselves too. They want to know.
They don't feel.
They know the team needs you.
So why are they worried?
Because they know the team needs you.
But they don't feel.
And they don't know if you're going to be here.
Doing this. I'm here. I've been here for 13 years now.
If you're going to be here every night.
Been here pretty much every night for 13 years.
Not so.
Very much so.
Then you missed some.
We all have.
Okay.
Look, Kevon Looney played 82 games 2 years in a row, and everybody was celebrating. We all missed games.
No, what I'm talking about, they want to know if you're going to be here, like mentally.
I'm always here.
You got suspended.
Suspension. The guideline of getting suspended is something that's in place because it's a possibility.
So there's nothing changed in that respect. As far as you.
What would change?
Never mind. I don't know.
I think my mindset has helped us do some great things. It's pretty cool. So it's all about how you spin it. I love how you try to spin it, but it ain't my spin to it. Yeah, that's good.
All right, two more. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just laughable to me that Draymond Green has zero sense of accountability, remorse, or any humility in any of his discussions and behaviors. The reporter was clearly asking if Draymond Green was if he was planning on having the same behavioral issues and if he was going to make any changes to his behavior so he would not be suspended and he would be available for as many Warrior games this season as possible. And, he was making it seem like everybody's crazy for asking him this question. He's making it seem like no one would, have any reason to question his availability or his ability to cool it. And honestly, his behavior last season, it was borderline like, what is wrong with you? The league doesn't play defense. So there's no reason for some of the behavior that he has. There's no reason for some of the things that he does. It's literally for no reason. You have to kind of be a little sick to do some of these things. And I'm going to go ahead and play for you some of Draymond's best highlights. It's like a compilation of his ejections. Here you guys go.
To Barnes. Green and James jawing at each other while play continues. LeBron James incensed. Remember, Draymond Green is one flagrant foul and 2 technicals away from being suspended.
He's got that on threes as Zubats gets the basket.
And now we got a whistle, and a technical foul is called here. It's on Draymond Green. That's big. That's number 16, which means he's suspended for the next game. He is still barking. Yeah, he can't throw the ball at people. Monk puts it up. And Curry's got the board. Green gets tied up. And a technical has been assessed. So that's it for Draymond Green. He's done.
Now McDaniels and Klay Thompson get tangled up. Now someone's got Rudy in a headlock. It's Draymond. Somehow Draymond just got Rudy around the neck from behind. I can't believe what I just saw.
Just picked up his third foul. And now Green runs over Nurkic, and he'll be called for the foul. And they're going to take a look at this. Oh, man. I think this may be the last of Draymond Green. We'll see.
Well, we saw what happened in 2016 between him and LeBron. He got himself suspended for the very next game. Cost the Warriors the series. And I don't think, and look, I think that the Cavaliers, that they earned that title. But I just think that him not being available in game 6, I'm sorry, I think it was game 5. I think he was suspended for game 5, pivotal game. And it shifted the series. It shifted the energy on the Warriors. And it's a distraction. So for me, I would have, as the owner of the Warriors, the GM, if I was Bob Myers, I would have traded Draymond that year. To me, he's a loose cannon that you can't predict. If somebody's unpredictable in that way, their conduct is unpredictable and they could be not available for games just because they're acting out, I wouldn't want to deal with that. I wouldn't want that on my team. And he's just not. I think there was a time when he was scoring and averaging, I think, 20 plus points a game. He's not doing that anymore. So even if I didn't trade him in 2016, I would have traded him by now. We saw him stomp on Sabonis for literally no reason. What kind of person does that? Like, I get like being super physical, being, having like uber masculinity. He like choked Gobert for no reason. There was no reason for you to do that. Go and break up the fight. Why do you have to be a part of the problem? And what I notice about Draymond is he's like a fake tough guy. He's not like going and fighting somebody one-on. He's not doing any of that. He's catching them from behind. He came up from behind Gobert to like drag him and choke him. He's not going after anybody straight up. Sabonis was already on the floor and he just stomped down on him for no reason, catching him at a low point. He wasn't expecting that. Nobody would have. Draymond Green, he's the same guy that got slapped by Tristan Kardashian. How do you get slapped by Tristan Kardashian? How? He didn't have any smoke for him. At LeBron's party, Tristan slapped him. Doesn't seem like Draymond's that tough to me. But he's always got smoke for the media and reporters, and he talks real tough, and he does all these little dirty things on the basketball court. Good for him. I think that Warriors should move on from Draymond. I'm at the point where, hey, like this isn't benefiting Steph in a way. Like, Jordan Poole is gone from the team. Andrew Wiggins is likely to be traded. I feel like Draymond Green divided the locker room in a really negative way. And, the young guys on the team, they were divided. It was him, Steph, and Klay. I think that was the trifecta. The Warriors team was so focused on protecting them. I would have traded Draymond in lieu of Klay Thompson. I would have not traded Klay, but I would have gotten rid of Draymond. And I think it was a mistake that they traded Klay instead of him. Draymond does not appreciate being on a team with Steph Curry, in my opinion. He's manipulating the Warriors. He is gaslighting them. And I just, again, I think it's laughable that Draymond Green has such a, like, it's like he's delusional. He has no accountability or remorse. You would think that he would come in and start the season off right. Suspensions are no big deal. So what to getting suspended? Getting ejected from games are no big deal, right? Is Draymond okay? Is he okay? In a defenseless league, some of his behavior begs the question if his game is just predicated on dirty plays and getting himself ejected when Steph has a night off, or even when LeBron has a night off. He wants to be on the scene with LeBron, so he'll get himself thrown out of the game. He does this especially when he's underperforming on the floor. I mean, it's just classic Draymond. He offers very little scoring, very little production. The fact that he's supposed to be the heartbeat of their team is a joke. He divided their locker room. He punched Jordan Poole in the face. It has a domino effect on the team, these kinds of things. Draymond Green, to me, is a scammer and a con artist. He tries to con people into believing he's this transcendent player when he's just riding Steph's coattails. Warriors need to trade him. The reporter asked if he's okay because his season last year was a disaster filled with unnecessary violence on the court. And you guys just saw it. You saw the compilation. So let me know what you guys think. Should Draymond be traded? You know, you guys can call in. I'll read some comments and then we'll close out the show. So let's see. These American players are the most overrated players ever. Robert W. I agree with you. Kidding. I don't think that every American player is overrated. What I think is that some of them are. You know, I think in FIBA play and you know, on foreign teams, I don't think that they hype players up. So you might be right that American players might be the most overrated players ever because these media machines, they hype people up that cannot live up to the hype. And that's part of the problem. You know, the foreign players, they kind of come through into the league as a surprise. That's what it feels like almost. Good morning. This is Dominique from Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
How you doing? It's Jeffrey.
Hey, Jeffrey. How's it going, buddy?
Called you this morning.
So nice to hear from you. What do you think?
Okay, nice to see you. Draymond. I would get whatever. For one, I would have never let KD slide. Not for him. The minute him and KD had the altercation, he would have been gone. Because it's very rare that an NBA team have a chance to have like Steph, Clay, and KD, that type of lethal combination. Like that's like an all-time combination that's probably unmatched in NBA history. So like I would have never broke that up.
Thanks for bringing that up. I really want to thank you for bringing that up, Jeffrey, because that's huge. Kevin Durant, like Draymond is the reason that Kevin Durant left. And I wish that compilation showed him yelling at his teammate and calling him a bitch on the court for everybody to see.
Right. Yeah, there's no way. Like when you have Steph, Clay, and Kevin Durant, like you cannot match that. Like you can go all through NBA history. You cannot match a combination like that. You can almost have two hardworking bigs, like power forward or center or whatever, and your team is still gonna be good. Like you definitely need Draymond. He was like a downside to that. Like, and at this point right now, I would try to get whatever I can get for him. If I can get anything for him, if not, I'll just cut him. The way that the league is now, you can actually cut players just to create salary cap. And when you have a Steph Curry on your team, you can get another player there.
Right. And they have the money. So it's an emotional tie. I think that Steph Curry keeps him there. I think that he, you know, I think he's making pleas to the organization to keep him. I think for some reason, Steph Curry needs him mentally. Supposedly he's the heartbeat for the team. That's what they say, that he's the leader of this team, not Steph Curry. And I think it's totally crazy because I wouldn't want to play under his leadership.
Well, he's LeBron's friend. I sent him to LA.
I thought that was going to happen. I was hoping that was what was going to happen last year.
Right. You go to LA, let him destroy that team. That team's already a circus. He can just add to the clown show over in LA, and I'll
Yeah.
take whatever or nothing for him.
Well,
'Cause
I
now the
just
league,
want to say, Jeffrey, someone from Missouri is calling. So let me click over and let
Okay.
their voice be heard, okay?
All right, I'm
All
still on
right.
here. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Caller from Missouri. Thanks for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
Hey, Dominique. Oh my God, I love how you just slow cook everything that you've done. I'm a fan of yours. I'm a supporter of yours, but Draymond Green should have been gone years ago. I personally think that he's sabotaging the Golden State just to make his friendship with LeBron James that much more exclusive. I don't trust him. I do agree that he's a fake tough guy. He always picks on somebody smaller than him, or he don't ever have that same smoke for somebody that wants to smoke for him.
Right.
I don't think that he brings anything to the table. You could teach anybody to set screens and pass the ball to Steph Curry. It's not like that's the biggest, difficulty in the NBA. I just don't like him. He sabotaged his team on multiple occasions, and then he wants to talk shit, he can't even hold his damn jockstrap and make it seem like he can do what Charles does, but he really can't. He just talks a big thing. He's really insecure. He has not even developed anything good with his game, and I don't see what the hell is the loyalty with him. He's cost them
I don't get it
championships.
either. It almost makes me feel like he's got something on them. But caller, what is your name? You're from Missouri, right?
Oh yeah, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I go by that black guy, but my real name's Mark.
I love it.
Look, I just got done talking to Melvin a couple of days ago. What y'all doing, I support 100%. I love how, like I said, you went viral with your slow cook of LeBron James, and I was literally doing the damn percolator in my car when you were giving it to me. So I appreciate how you stick to facts. You don't get caught up in your emotion. You fact, and whatever I can do to help your channel grow, I want to do that because we need more people like you, Melvin, Eric, the panel there at Man Down. Just keep up the good work for me.
Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. It was just a pleasure to connect with you this morning, Mark, and I'm so glad you're enjoying the content. And as you guys know, you can all catch me on Man Down Sports on Friday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, or 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Great. You have a great day and keep up the good work.
You too, Mark. Have a wonderful morning.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys. Shy Rider. Hey, Alexander. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dominique. How you doing?
I'm so good. I love when you call in. What's going on? What's on your mind?
What's on my mind is like, I agree.
You there? You agree? Hello? You with me, Alexander? Do you have me on mute? You might have muted yourself.
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I figured you just muted yourself.
Yeah, but here, like at this point, yeah, Draymond should go at this point because he just went he was a different man this year. And like I'm a Warrior fan. You know, before I was the Chicago Jordans and the Los Angeles Kobe's, but I've always been like a rooter for the Warriors, right?
You always rooted for the Warriors? That's awesome.
Yes, always rooted for them, but like they've given us much to root for as of late under new ownership, et cetera, et cetera. But I believe Draymond Green was needed in all four of the championships just to maintain the grit and the attitude of the Warriors. But I agree with letting him go at this point because he's useless in terms of attitude, and he is the D coordinator for the Warriors, as I've seen throughout the dynasty. But at this point, I don't see the value in keeping him. But I did agree with keeping him, even though he blew the championship, because we got Kevin Durant. Okay, that was it. If we didn't get Kevin Durant, Draymond was out. But at the same time, Draymond is such a head case at this point that I do believe it's time for him to go. I believe he should have kept Clay, even though he put up a donut out here in Sacramento. But I didn't think that warranted for what Clay brings versus what Dre has been giving us lately. He should have kept Clay. But Dre, at this point, he has to go. And he's not useful to any other team at this point of his career except the Warriors. And he's not even useful to the Warriors right now. So I think it was fair to let him go. If we do, we should.
I think he should be out of the league. I don't understand why he's still employed, but you know, I'm sure there's a team that will take him. Like, why can't he go to the Houston Rockets or maybe the Detroit Pistons? Put him on a team where, you know, his kind of leadership might be welcomed and needed.
Yeah, it seems like it would fit out in Memphis with him and John Moran, as crazy as they are. But or you can go to LA. But I wouldn't mind trading him to LA.
I wouldn't mind trading him to LA because I know it would just be bad, you know, and he would really like LeBron. Draymond Green is used to being a distributor on the Warriors. You know what I mean? And I don't see him going to the Lakers and being able to be in the LeBron system. But you know, who knows? He's used to
the point where I trade Bronny for Bronny. Get the Warriors Bronny for him, man.
God. Oh my God. Draymond is pretty bad. Bronny James probably is better than him.
Yes, that's legit deal.
He probably is better.
But I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, I just agree. Case in point that Draymond, it's time for him to go. But I do agree with having him through the 4 championships. He was needed. But even in the last one, he did calm it down. He was going crazy with his podcast and going crazy on the court in the early stage of the Boston series. But he toned it down, showed me a lot, which made him worth keeping to this point. Where, yeah, I agree. He has to go. He has to go.
We're here. We're on the same page, Alexander.
Right on. I'm at work right now, so I'm gonna get back to it.
Oh my gosh,
Great
get back
show.
to
Great
work.
show.
Thank you so much for the call, and have a wonderful day. Okay.
You too.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Later.
All right, guys. I mean, this is pretty much the end. I'll read some more comments. If anybody else wants to call in, I'll probably take one more phone call, but you know, we're at the end of the show. I really had a lot of fun with you guys today. And yeah, it's always so much fun talking about basketball. Let's see. Dom, LeBron still can play defense. Did you see him play Jokic? So he can play defense, but he can't play defense and offense at the same time. And I thought it was really funny. So I do want to take a moment to shout out Goatcast Hoops. Check out their channel, guys. It's pretty awesome. They have some great comments, some great content, and just a lot of really great topics. So check out their channel. Go and subscribe and like some videos over there as well. I'll read their comment. FIBA has a narrower court, so there's not as much space to work. So a team like Canada is going to struggle. Yes and no. Like, I don't want to hear the excuse about the court size. None of the teams should, like, if you're good, you're good. If you know how to play basketball, it doesn't matter what size the court is. It should be easier to play on that floor because the 3-point line is closer. It was easier for Kevin Durant. He was so long. He looked like a rock star playing defense. So when the court is smaller, I think it's a little easier to play. And if you're a good basketball player, you will instantly adjust to the court size. That to me is an excuse. And I'm so tired of people making excuses for Team USA when we've historically blown out teams. We should have been meeting the spread. Like, there's no reason for us not to have met the spread in these games. LeBron's not on Jordan's level. Yeah, I mean, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, it's not even close. It's just not even close. I think Jordan is separated from LeBron by like multiple Hall of Fame careers, maybe by like 2 or 3. You can make a case for LeBron to be a borderline top 5 player, but 1 to 3, that's not a reality-based argument. I think that anybody can make a case for LeBron to be wherever they want him to be. I just know that he's not in my top 5 or my top 10. The Euros get away with a lot of travel in the NBA. Harden copied them and started the step back and travel 3-pointers in the NBA. Why are we traveling? That's not basketball. Euro step my ass. Gather step my ass. I'm not here for the traveling, taking 10 steps into the paint, galloping down the court where you're carrying the ball over your head and then into the paint, running over defenders. None of that is basketball, and it gets exposed in FIBA. Giannis gets exposed in FIBA. He's been ejected before because you can't just run over defenders. That's not basketball. Now, I said a case because he has a case because winning accolades 4-4 will help him. Okay. High school top prospect Cameron Boozer plays smart IQ like Jokic, but he also plays defense. I mean, that's because basketball is about offense and defense. You really kind of can't play one without the other. Just so people know, just for like people, you know, if you hear this, if you didn't pick up anything that I had to say today, defense is defense is important because defense can create offense. You need both. You just need both of those parts of the game. You can't eliminate defense from basketball. You just can't do it. Stop disrespecting Jokic. He is an amazing player. I mean, it just depends on what you value, right? So I value a well-rounded player that embodies what I think is a great basketball player, which is someone who is a total package. I don't like players that are not athletic, like that have zero athleticism. He has no lift and he's 7 feet tall. I take issue with it. I take issue with him being a 3-time MVP. I really do. Is he a good player? Yes. Is he one of the best in the NBA currently? Yes. But I think that ties directly back to the state of the NBA and where we're at. Jokic shines because the NBA product and the players that are in it are just not that good. I don't think there's any difference between Jokic and Vlade Divac. And Vlade Divac wasn't a 3-time MVP. But that's, again, this is just my opinion. I don't think it's disrespect to call the game how I see it and to call Jokic's game how I see it. So, you know, Joker is a great passer. He's able to control the pace of the game very well. He occasionally can shoot these really ugly, nasty looking 3-pointers from the top of the key. And somehow, you know, I don't even think he prays. They just go in. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best center. He has no athleticism. What is she talking about? I do think that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has an unguardable move. So whereas he didn't have a lot of athleticism, I wouldn't say that he had zero athleticism. He created the skyhook. So yes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar he's in my top 5 all-time players. So when you think about running, jumping, and dunking the basketball, do you believe that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar could not do those things? Is that what you're trying to tell me? And yeah, Kareem was athletic. So he wasn't the most athletic player, but he didn't look like Jokic. So please don't try to sell me that bridge. I can't buy that bridge. That's definitely a check I can't cash. Good morning, Funky Town. Welcome back.
Hey, what's going on, Dominique?
You know, it's
Good
just
morning,
a beautiful
good morning.
It's just a beautiful Tuesday morning.
I know, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that last one got me. I was gonna let it slide. I was like, okay, because you hitting like all my buttons right now with LeBron and Bronny and all the
The
Anthony Edwards
Kardashians,
stuff.
you mean?
Yeah, all that, and then Draymond is like the, I can't stand that anyway. But this dude, whoever it was, asked him about Kareem, and this other one, Kareem, athletic. People, they got an idea of Kareem when he was on his downturn. They don't go back to see him in the 70s, early 80s. Kareem was a monster.
I mean, they
Kareem
even changed the rule for him.
Thank you. They changed the rule. They changed the NCAA rules that you can't dunk.
That you
just
can't
as
dunk.
he was coming in, just as
Exactly.
he was coming into college. Like when he was coming in, they stopped it. When he was at UCLA as a freshman and freshmen couldn't play, him and the freshman team crushed the reigning national champion, not just one-time national champion, multiple national championships in a row. He crushed them with the freshman team. All that stuff that people they watch Jokic taking the ball. He could go court to court. He could go coast to coast. People don't understand. You just don't get to keep doing that when you get a certain level. You have a different job, and when you're sitting there, he had to go get with Bruce Lee to build up his ability to because his build was what you would call slender, but he's a big man, obviously 7'2". But he had to learn how to use balance. And I mean, I'm sorry, it's just crazy. People they got it in there, they got pictures in their head, they don't understand the whole thing. They're looking at this guy when he stayed where he was retired and all that other stuff. Man, Kareem, and you got to look at who he was playing against. He's playing against monsters every night.
He played against some of the best talent that ever lived, and that's what people don't understand,
He played in the pit. You were playing against Wes Unsfeld. You were playing against, good Lord. Everybody had a center back then. So I don't know. That's the thing. I kind of get a little, especially this generation now. They don't know the game. Like they think, oh well, this guy couldn't do this and this. Yeah, he didn't shoot threes because that wasn't his job. When he started, the three wasn't a thing. That was in the ABA.
The game was played so differently. Can you imagine someone being the greatest scorer of all time off of straight 2-pointers? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar took a total of 18 3-point shots in his entire career and only made 2 of them.
Thank you. I mean, what are you doing?
In my mind, he's still the greatest scorer that ever lived. I think LeBron recorded over 3,000 3-pointers in his career. Yes. I think he took about, maybe I can't remember the number that he took. I know that he's leading in all-time missed shots, all-time turnovers.
All-time turnovers, yeah.
He is leading in all-time.
He's getting ready to get that
he
one.
also took thousands of 3-point shots. So,
yes.
For me,
and in this era, where efficiency is no longer, that's what I think people misunderstand is it's an efficiency deficit in this era. They're able to take shots.
Dribble.
Took those same shots.
Too many dribbles.
Pound the air out of the ball and then take, because they do this ISO ball crap. But if you had to do, you could not have a big man like Kareem, have him run up and down the court because they are slinging more weight. They're pushing. They're big men, right? You're not going to sit there. He's not going to sit there forever and be like, "Oh, you're just going to have me run up and down this court." You know what I'm saying? See, it was a different. It was men. You were dealing with men back then, and so when a person was a professional, they weren't. You had to. That's what Magic was talking about, and what you said. Comparing him to Steph, you can't. There's no comparison because it's management. It's team management out there. You got to make sure you feed the big man. You got to make sure other people get what they need to keep them in the game. You can't do this 2-man game or whatever. You can't. It was a different, more exciting, better product. They've got what they've got now. Think about that. The last All-Star game. How pathetic was that?
It was
How pathetic.
extremely pathetic. I mean, even the commissioner was ashamed.
Yeah, because he was gassing everybody up, saying, "What's going? We're doing to do this, and it's gonna be this and that and the other." And they're out there looking like, I mean, that fast break with Jokic, and I forgot who else it was it Doncic? He's going up and down. They're just passing the ball back and forth, and nobody stopping. And it looked like two semi trucks on a highway, and nobody. It's just like, I was like, wait a minute, really? This is to lead up to a dunk, and I'm like, okay. I realize you don't want to get anybody hurt and stuff like that, but they can't even turn it off down. You know what I'm saying? They can't turn the wick down to have a fun game like it used to be. It's just like, no, we're just not going to play defense because, it's already tissue paper defense. But now, once you take that away, you get what you got on there. And so the one thing I think you agree with this also is, look at how the playoffs, how shocked they were how the refs were calling the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
And
as soon as there became some more physical defense, and I mean, we never know what the refs like, which way they're going to go. We know that they're going to allow some defense in the playoffs, but we don't know for which team they're going to allow it for and who the whistle is going to favor. And that's the issue.
I think Silver, that's part of that too. But I think, again, I don't think the Mavericks were supposed to be. They shouldn't have been where they ended up. But
they did not belong in the finals for sure.
No,
they're trying to make Luka.
The
plan is for Luka to be the leader of the FNBA. So for the foreign FNBA,
we got NBA stars.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the plan is for him to lead the foreign NBA players, Luka. I think it was Giannis. Then, they passed the torch to Jokic, and now it's going to be Luka.
Yeah, I know, but you got these stars. I mean, think about it. This is the thing about this era. You got players who look like melted ice cream that are
look like a dad bod.
Thank you. I'm like,
how do you show up to the NBA with a dad bod? That's Luka. That's James Harden.
But how do these other players allow people with dad bods go out there and do what they want to do?
If you're the star player of a team, then like Luka dad bod Doncic, what are they going to say to him? You get traded.
But what I'm saying, I get that. But what I'm saying is, if you have players like, okay, Nowitzki, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could say what you want to about Nowitzki, but what you couldn't say is that he didn't put in the work, because he had that step he had, that it wasn't a Euro step. He had some moves. He had moves.
He had beautiful
in the post,
moves.
in the mid post.
Beautiful.
Right. And but he learned that, guy. He learned that from a dude from Germany, a former German, older basketball player that most people don't even know about. I was stationed over there, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. But it was, this dude showed him, like, hey, you want to learn how to get your position to get your shot? Let me show you these moves. And that's why he could dip himself and get to that shot and raise up. He first, when you look at him, he was just taking his height because he's 7 foot. He just take the shot. But no, this guy, he got him in the lab. He worked on the thing. These guys don't work. I mean, I give not Jokic. He's got some moves. I give him that. He's got skill. I give him that. But I still say, you got a problem when you're sitting back, and you know how hard.
He has skill, but look at how what is his name? Oh my gosh, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was able to defend him, no problem. You put an athletic player on Jokic, he's done.
Exactly. You put somebody hard. You put
stopped.
somebody that can be discussed some strength, and that's it.
That's it.
But again, they don't have enough players who have enough pride to say, look, man, I worked to get here. I had to go through all this to get here. I still work on my game. I still work on my physical whatever. And I'm sitting here behind this, like James Harden. Dude does not play defense. and again, it's this LeBron era thing. Like, there should be pride in playing this game. You know what I mean? You couldn't. I think Kenny Smith said it. He's like, all these dudes that people talk about, you would be coming off the bench.
Right. It's true. I mean, what do you think about this comment? This is me on my conspiracy theory. Draymond trying to sabotage Steph's legacy to build up LeBron. You can't call LeBron the GOAT if someone in his era has more chips than him. He's definitely on that payroll. This is from Chi-Town Trap. What do you think?
Well, see, I like what Chi-Town putting down, because I mean, I could see it as a possibility. That you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm saying that there's a whole bunch that makes it make sense. There's a whole, because again, I think I don't rate Draymond at all. He's fake hard. I don't rate him at all. I never have, to be honest. And after 2016, he should have been gone. He should have been gone. If that organization had any sense, they would have got rid of him after 2016.
I'm with you, Funky Town.
They got something on. He got something on him. So they'll make no other sense why he's still there.
It's something. Either Steph really can't live without him, or there's some he's manipulating them in some way. And I think that he's manipulating him in the way of like, hey, this locker room needs me, this team needs me. I'm the heart of this team. And I don't see how he's the heart. I think that he's a rotten.
He's blown up the locker room at least twice.
Yeah.
He's blown up that locker room at least twice.
I think he's just so rotten. And I think that, Steph Curry needs some sort of, emotional support. That's what I think it is. Yeah. But I could be wrong. I really don't know what it is, because I can't imagine.
Hey, but I'm loving your show. Keep it up, young sister. And, you know what I'm saying? I'll always be here to support you. So
thank you so much,
have a
Funky
good one.
Town. You're the
Everybody
best.
hit that like.
Yes. Thank you.
You got it. Take
Alrighty,
care.
Funky Town. Have a good one, okay?
You too, Doc.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. This is the end. We're going to close out the show. Really, I had so much fun with everybody. I will read this last super chat. Salute. Dre to the Pistons is most likely. He just needs to get out of the Warriors. He needs to get away from Steph. He's holding him back and really just riding his coattails. So if you guys can just do me a solid favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm looking forward to another really great show this week. I'm going to talk about the WNBA playoffs. We're going to predict the semifinals and see who we think is going to the finals. We're also going to talk about some different NBA moves and different media days that also happen with the other teams. So I look forward to talking about these things. Also, Andre Drummond was saying that he's the leading rebounder of all time, and he's the best of all time in rebounding. We'll talk about that too at some point this week. So have a wonderful day, guys. If you're up early with me drinking some coffee and headed to work, I really appreciate this time that you shared with me. And please, everyone, have a really, really great rest of your week. And shout out to everybody that joined me today. All righty. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.